500 years ago, Gustav Eriksson, later known as King Gustav Vasa of Sweden, was here in Dalarna seeking support to rebel against the Danish tyrant king Christian II. And these movements between Mora and Sälen, fleeing from the Danish troops, is what gave inspiration to what is now known as the oldest cross-country skiing race in the world, Vasaloppet. And we are right here at the famous finish line.
But we're not here to be chased by Danish kings or exercise. We're here to experience traditional Swedish baking, doll horse painting, and a wildlife park filled with Swedish predators. Wow! But first, we're going glamping in the forest.
So welcome to Mora.
And the landscape of Dalarna, the valleys.
You're watching the Villbergs Chronicles Sweden Edition. Just like the missus said, we have a full schedule of fun here in Dalarna, the valleys. The landscape was first mentioned in Swedish history about 800 years ago and was often referred to as the Iron Carrier Land. And the people were infamous for their independent nature towards authority. But after the industrialization of the area in more modern times, the area is now more known for its nature, folklore, and beautiful red cottages, and is a popular tourist destination for both Swedes and foreigners alike.
In Dalarna, the valleys, bigger is always better.
In the beginning of the last century, when a lot of Swedes, especially people from this region, emigrated to America, Marcus Eriksson stayed behind and inherited this farm from his parents. Marcus was an energetic and social person, and soon his farm was a central meeting point for the whole community. Now, the farm, renamed Näsets Marcusgård, has found new enterprising and nature-loving owners in the Dutch couple Mireille and Willem, who just like Marcus are doing their best to bring the community together here in Dalarna.
We are here at Näsets Marcusgård in Fyrodal, a couple of miles outside of Mora.
I grew up in tents and caravans, and I love to be outdoors. Mrs. doesn't. But hopefully this glamping experience will soften her to the idea, so she'll be more easily convinced in the future.
Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Hey, how are you doing?
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Very cozy here and very relaxing and beautiful.
So you're both Dutch. How did you end up here?
We wanted to change lifestyle and more adventure for the whole family.
I'm really excited. Could you please show us where we're going to stay tonight?
Of course. Sure. Just follow us.
Into the forest we go.
Your accommodations for tonight? The Eye of Oddity or the Supermoon?
Ooh, I think I want to stay up there tonight and up there tomorrow. Is that okay?
That's a deal.
If all accommodation in the woods looked like this, I would be glamping every weekend, becoming friends with all the animals, except mosquitoes. They can burn in hell.
This is so much fun. We're so excited to stay tonight here.
Welcome in. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so cozy.
Do I fit?
No. Did you know that the cinnamon roll, or as we call it, kanelbulle, is a Swedish invention? The pastry dates back hundreds of years, but the modern version was created around the 1920s and has since spread across the world. Us Swedes love our kanelbullar so much that we even gave it its own day, October 4th. And Mrs. celebrates this day like it's her birthday. Dalarna is all about genuine Swedish traditions, and a big part of the Swedish lifestyle centers around sweet pastries. We do love our pastries. And today, Kersti at Snitts Bakery will show us how to bake a Swedish classic.
We are here.
Perfect for a traditional Swedish fika.
Hi, Kirsty. Cinnamon rolls are my absolute favorite Swedish pastry. I'm so happy that you're gonna show us how to make them.
I'm happy you're here.
I left Mr. in the foyer because the kitchen is so small and my personality is so big.
This is a dough, one for you and one for me.
So this is the dough. What's in the dough?
Wheat, milk, butter.
I love butter. What's the first step?
To
Massage the dough?
yes, massage the dough.
So when you're done, you just serve a cinnamon. Oh,
It's okay. We can
she's doing the easy bit. I'm doing all the hard work.
Yes,
Yes, look.
cinnamon, butter, sugar.
I'm gonna show the camera. Look at this. It doesn't look that tasty, but it is, I promise you. It's a good thing I didn't let Mr. into the kitchen because he would eat all of this. Have you always been good at baking?
Yes, I have. I like it a lot. I think it's...
And you're still skinny.
yeah, because I don't eat it.
You don't eat it? Or have you
I
been
have- I have-
shooting and done a liposuction?
No, I have the smell. I have the smell.
I think so.
That's
So
it.
that's the trick to stay skinny. You
Yeah.
just smell the cake, don't eat it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that, but not today. Do you have to turn it?
No, perfect.
I know. What's the next part?
Make the buns.
Look what I got. It's a worm. He would only give me like this part at home.
This is true. I make all the pastries in our home, and I only give Mrs. a small piece of dough to play with. I always make perfect buns. Mrs. doesn't.
Yeah, perfect. Good.
I like this.
Yeah.
It's a very sensual work. Do you have a husband or a partner?
Yes, I have a husband.
Is he fat?
No,
Oh no.
He's,
He only smells them as well?
no, he's eating.
Okay, so now we have to let them rest.
A little bit warm, so they raise up.
Okay, so they have become swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have watched a lot of cooking shows and they always do it with one hand. Easy. Am I doing too much?
No, it's okay.
No SPF here. Oh, you can do the rest.
And here's a little
She
heart.
made this heart for me, but it's more like droopy balls. As you can see, we are very talented. Wow, look at all these buns that we made.
Wow, they look amazing. You're so talented.
I know.
Before you leave, I have a gift for you.
Wow, thank you. What is it?
That's a secret recipe on the cinema buns.
Kirsty gave me her secret family recipe, and I will keep it a secret until I die. I'm very trustworthy.
Thank you so much for baking me these fabulous cinnamon buns, Mrs. What are we watching?
My future baking show?
It's gonna be great.
In the drag community, gay lingo is very important. Now watch me teach you the Swedish version of some of your favorite American ones. Sickening. Sjuklig. Drop dead gorgeous. Trilla ner och dö, underbar. Yes, queen. Ja, drottning. Work. Jobba. Passing on my knowledge, sharing my wisdom. You need it. I love myself a hot, Swedish, masculine man. And look what I got. It all. If you chop off a leg, you would lose weight too.
Thank you. You know what the most famous Swedish souvenir is? It's the dollar horse.
And today we're gonna learn how to make them.
The Dala horse, or the Dalecarlian horse, dates back hundreds of years. Originally a poor man's children's toy crafted by creative parents, the shape was borrowed from the most valued worker on the farm, the horse. The Dalecarlian horse has now become one of the most famous symbols of Swedish folklore, and it's made right here at Grannas in Dalarna.
Well, we start with a piece of pine plank.
Like that?
Yes, and it's stamped with, you can see the form of a horse.
And the next step of making a Dala horse, what is that?
Then you bring the plank to a bandsaw, and it's bandsawed into a workpiece. And that is to, you know, to make it more simplified when you're carving the horse, because to carve a horse from that state would be too much.
Look at this tiny weeny little Dala horse. You see it? So tiny. Mimi. Okay, so we have done this.
Yeah, in the bandsaw.
And we have done that. We haven't done this.
No, that's the carving.
The carving. So there's a lot of steps left today.
Oh, yeah.
About 8 minutes.
8 minutes for each horse.
For one. Yeah.
So that is math, and that sounds like you do a lot in one day.
Yeah.
That's why he's so strong. Look at his arms.
So you do about 6 or 7 in an hour?
Yeah, around 6.
This is Lotfi, and we're gonna do the red Dala horse slip and slide. So would you instruct me how you do this? Let's look at this tiny Dala horse going into the red bath. Oh, and he comes up, and he goes like this, and he goes the other way, and he goes up the slip and slide all the way.
The decorative painting varies on what region the horse is from, but one particular style has become more common and widespread than others. The bright red horse with a harness in bright white, green, yellow and blue. Grannas painting expert Suzanne is going to give us a masterclass in Dala horse painting. The painting technique is very intricate and takes years to master.
Okay, let's do this. What's the first step?
Is to oil in the horse, because it's be better to paint with. This is oil painting, by the way.
So oil painting, you lube up the horse.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you do
you do a saddle.
Should I try?
Yes.
Do it at the same time as you?
So now you're doing the saddle.
Yes.
Oh, she's fast.
Mine is still a free horse, no saddle.
No, my saddle went a little south.
No, it's very good.
Oh no, but that side.
A little bit more, maybe. Perfect.
I know. I can paint.
Yes, you can.
So this painting technique, is it called something special?
Yes, we call it krusmåling.
So
It's from the kurbits, the delar. It's part of this kurbits.
Okay.
We call it krus.
Cruise, so it's cruising, we're cruising the horse?
Yes, you're cruising the horse.
We're cruising the horse. But first we oil up the horse, and then we cruise the horse.
Exactly.
Is this good?
Yeah, very good. Yes.
No. How long does it take? She destroyed my Dala horse.
Why?
Mr. is so good at it. He got all the attention. I simply can't stand for it.
How is it going, guys?
It's going fabulous. I'm finished already. It turned out great, I think.
I'm just doing some finishing details.
You made yours a unicorn.
Yes, I made a unicorn.
You can come to Mora and make your own Dala horse as well at Grannas.
What an amazing day and what a fun experience making our own Dala horses. And can you believe that my Dala horse was fancy enough to make it into the Dala horse stable of fame? Now you can go visit it for yourself. It's on display right here at Grannas in Dalarna for eternity. Long after I'm gone, my legacy lives on. Oh, hi, and welcome to my own cooking show, Mrs. Villbergs Swedish Food. Growing up in a working-class household, I know, hard to believe, right? I often ate this dish. It may be easy and cheap, but it's beyond fabulous. I'm gonna show you how to put together a version of one of my favorite meals, falakov and stewed macaronis. Falakov actually has its roots in Dalarna, where we are in this episode. Wow, so cool. Oh, it was this way. A traditional falukorv contains meat, but later years, new vegetarian similar options have entered the market. And of course, I will make a vegetarian version. Cut the onion and tomato in thin slices and cut deep incisions into the sausage. Put the onion and tomato in the cuts and top it off with mustard and some breadcrumbs. Then smash it into the oven. While the sausage is in the oven, you can start with a stewed macaroni. You take a pan, like this one, and then you take the milk. And when the milk is boiling, you add salt and the macaroni. Now that the milk is boiling, you add the salt and the macaroni. Stewed macaroni is so good, but you have to be careful so it doesn't get stuck in the pan. Patience.
Ez a nagyokos azt hiszi, hogy mi fogunk itt állni neki főzöcskézni, mint két szakácsnő. Ő meg fogja játszani a királynőt.
The sausage is done, and so is the stewed macaroni. I love to add some black pepper and some nutmeg, and then you give it a nice stir. Time to plate it. Look how beautiful. And always remember, if I can do it, it doesn't mean that you can. I'm very talented. Oh, hi. Bye.
We're very proud of our wildlife here in Sweden, especially our predators. More than 50% of Sweden is covered in forests, so the chance of getting to see a predator in the wild is pretty slim. The animals are a bit shy and won't really come out and play in the wild unless they're hungry, and we don't want to become some fanged furry beast's dinner. So today, we will be visiting them safely at Orsa Rovdjurspark, a wildlife sanctuary in the middle of the forest.
My name is Julia and I'm gonna take the Villbergs on a magical day here at Orsa Rovdjurspark.
Woohoo!
Orsa Rovdjurspark is Sweden's largest predator park, but they're not a zoo in a traditional sense. Their goal and purpose are mainly three things: conservation work, research, and information and education. So you can come visit just to see the animals, but having a guide telling you all about the work they're doing during your visit is so much more interesting.
So they use the tongue and the lips, and that's because these guys are omnivores, even though they're predators.
Yeah.
They also eat vegetables and berries, a lot of berries.
Yeah.
So if you compare this to like a cat, like a lynx,
Yeah.
they use the teeth to eat their food.
They are so cute. We named them Nalle and Nella.
They can eat a whole can of this.
Is their dad here as well? in the park?
Yes, he actually goes in the enclosure just connected to this one, but they don't go together. So
Okay.
in the wild, these are solitary animals, which means they don't pair up. They only meet for mating, and then they go their separate ways.
So she's a strong, independent woman.
She is, and the dads are douches.
Hi kids. Mrs. used to play the flute by ear. Now she uses her hands.
Besides the Swedish predators, bear, wolf, lynx and the wolverine, the park also houses some predators from the northern hemisphere not indigenous to Sweden, like polar bears. The park is built with the animals in mind, and they have huge enclosures that sometimes make it hard to see the animals, giving them privacy and a sense of the wild. Orsa Rovdjurspark can even brag about having one of the world's largest polar bear enclosures. And can you believe? The polar bears are actually the biggest sun worshippers of all the animals. An important note to make is that no animals at Orsa Rovdjurspark are captured or bought for the park. The animals living here are either rescues that would not make it in the wild, or animals brought in for conservation work from parks around Europe. We're now on our way to meet another of our favorite Swedish predators, the lynx.
We're gonna treat them to a favorite snack. Do you want to tell us what it is?
Absolutely. So you're gonna throw in some rats.
Okay.
So they get a small but on whole body of an animal. And I don't know if you sensed it yet, but it smells a lot.
They love the corpse smell.
They love the corpse smell.
Is it like wet rat juice coming off of it?
It is, actually. So the small one or the big one?
Oh, I'm going big.
I don't want to stand anywhere where I can get the juice on me.
Yeah, so Bra, här!
Should I?
And then you can throw it.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh, she went for it.
And then see if she wants it. Not much happened here. You just got out of throwing a rat.
I'm fine.
This is one of my favorite animals in the whole world. It is a little girl called Camus, and she is a Swedish järv.
Mr. actually promised me that I was going to meet Wolverine, and this is what I got.
It is Wolverine.
Can I try?
Yeah.
You have nothing.
Now you fed her.
Good job.
Me feeding animals around the world.
Thank you so much, Julia, for having us today. It's been so much fun watching all of the animals and learning all of the awesome things you do here. And also, it's so much fun to be able to contribute to your park with the most vicious predator of them all, now locked in a cage. Let's go have dinner.
Yes.
Wow. The second they turned their backs on me, I exploded out of the cage, a free woman ready to take on the world. You know what they say, right? Never turn your back on a wild woman.
I think Dalarna is my new favorite place in Sweden.
And I might actually agree with you. It's so serene, beautiful, and everyone has been so friendly.
I know. Let's slingshot our way into our next destination.